Hey everybody. Um, so yesterday I released my first podcast, and I think it's only fair that I let everyone know what this podcast is about and what I'll be talking about. I wanted everything to be in so much order and so much, I guess, I wanted it to flow, but the way my mind works, the way this Druth works, doesn't work that way. So I'm going to just open up, share this with you in hopes that you would tune in to the podcast, Druthfully Speaking Podcast, and you can tune that in on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Okay, because it's my Druth. I'm sticking with it. So I want to welcome you. You're listening to Druthfully Speaking Podcast, and I'm your host, Drew, where I'm transforming perspectives one Druth at a time. Yeah. Today, I'd like to share my Druth titled The Weight of Growth. And it's my hope that something shared will resonate with you and inspire you to embrace your own perspectives with courage and authenticity. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into today's truth, the weight of growth. Growth isn't always graceful, okay? Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it reveals truths that we weren't quite ready to face. I reached out yesterday twice and no response. Not out of desperation, okay? Not out of longing, but out of a moment of clarity. One that whispered, You're still evolving, Drew. And that's okay. You see, there was a time when silence like this, being ignored or being unseen, would have devastated me, would have left me questioning my worth, would have kept me replaying every interaction, trying to decode what I misstepped. But now I see it for what it is. Distance doesn't always mean loss. Sometimes it means alignment. Sometimes it's not about what's fading. It's about what's making room for what's coming. I've spent so much time grieving the versions of people I thought would always remain, holding on to memories and believing the closeness should be unconditional. But the truth, the real truth is people show you where you stand, not through words, but through their actions, through absence, through silence, through the moments where they choose not to show up. And that realization, it stings. It forces you to reconcile what you've tolerated for so long. It forces you to sit with the ways you've shrunk yourself just to keep certain relationships intact. It forces you to ask, was I really being seen at all? I used to be afraid of change, afraid that letting go meant losing something permanent, something essential. But change isn't about losing. Change is about recalibrating, okay? It's about stepping into the new spaces with awareness that doesn't align with what will naturally fall away. And that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, okay? That doesn't mean there isn't nostalgia, there's not memories or anything. That doesn't mean you won't look back sometimes and remember when it felt different. But what it does mean is that you're still in alignment. Even when people fade, even when the silence speaks louder than words, even when the version of yourself that once clung to certain relationships no longer exist, you are still in alignment. And that's enough. So today, instead of dwelling, I choose gratitude for this new chapter, for everything that I've built, for the clarity that silence brings. Because truthfully speaking, I am still in alignment. And that's all I need to know. So I want to thank you for joining me on Druthfully Speaking podcast. I hope today's message enlightened and inspired you, honoring your perspective on your journey. Until next time, I want you to take care, because this is my Druth, and I'm sticking with it.